What's up, guys? It's Elmo, the injection clown. Joking, this is the Straight Edge Vlog channel. Anger meter. I don't know, I'm feeling a little bit more lit, Austin. I slept today. So we're just moving up on the bipolar Dragon Ball.
We were at a 3 last time, I think.
Yeah, so we moved up to a 4. Like, I'm neutral, I'm in Zen right now. So today is gonna be a giant IGF-ABCs that has nothing to do with PEDs. I'm making my naturally occurring pre-workout. But yeah, I'm gonna pump the IGF around if you know what IGF is. Do the SpongeBob like IGF. I'm going to pump it around. We're gonna do a full body workout at LA. We're going to the other LA where, and I'm not being a douche or dick about it, like everyone wants to talk to me at this LA. I built my original physique in this LA. I'm homies with a lot of people in LA at that location. I actually drive like farther to that alternative location just to film in more peace, although I'm recognized there as well. It seems to be less like throughput traffic, but this one has better posing room. Like they actually shut off the room, like the lights, so we can get better down lighting so Austin can practice color grading. Austin, I think they were complaining about my skin color.
I did see
so
that.
it's like in any other thing, like he's just trying to figure out coloring this camera. Every single camera is different to color. And overall, coloring fitness footage is a little bit different than like accurately coloring for cinematics, meaning I'm like yelling at them to sacrifice detail to make me pop more, which is what these kids on TikTok do, and it's the way to make your physique pop the best. But it goes against how a cinematographer would color grade, which is preserve all detail, right? I'm like, no, like murder the shadows, add contrast, and that doesn't really equate that well in Sony cameras in general, let alone me trying to grade for fitness, which goes against the logic of like, the whole point in grading is to preserve detail. So if I'm telling you, no, screw the detail, I want like the best lighting on my skin, it becomes problematic. So we're gonna try and get this posing footage graded so you guys can actually see how I'm looking at this weight, which is around 244 pounds. So I was approaching 250 pounds. I'm going back down, right? My carb cycling is getting more aggressive, meaning I'm doing 1 high carb day, normally on legs, right? So I can get through a very long leg day session, followed by 3 low carb days. I'm picking a coach in person, or I'm going to try to pick a coach in person. It's more about just having someone there to actually, you know, ground me, ground my thoughts, be there in person for me. That's in the works. That's in the works. Everyone is mad at me stalling, and at this point, I admit I am stalling because I wanted to get the content right and I wanted to get my mind right before I suffered, right? This is all suffering. You guys are gonna watch me suffer. The diet's not gonna be fun, and if I'm doing all this suffering and not getting the content I want out of it, then as I'm suffering, I'm getting more angry because the content train was not, you know, finalized, smooth sailing like it is right now. I'm pretty happy with the way the physique looks right now, so Austin is gonna film me in a stringer, and I'm gonna get super pumped up and show that I have switched into bodybuilding training. The pre-workout I'm gonna do, Orange Crush, is now a permanent flavor. It's pretty much an orange flavor in general, and overall it's one of the top ones. I still recommend the Volcano, which has a little bit more flair on the aftertaste. This is like smoother aftertaste. This is a bit more flair, tang on the aftertaste, but they're both like a orangey type of flavor. Beta alanine, I'm almost out of pills. Austin, what questions do you have from the last vlog that you wanted to feature as I'm monologuing here endlessly?
Alright, so we got one here. Can you make weekly videos updating us on your pec and what you're doing to heal it?
Yeah, so again, it was a minor tear and it was like very badly accelerated because of the YK11. As far as what I did, right? Again, this is the PG-13 channel, but I see other vloggers talking about it, and it was on, you know, one of those big paid YouTube channels that's owned by YouTube, Austin. is BPC 157. So that's a peptide that recruits blood flow to the localized area you inject it. People say it works orally, sublingually. I think just inject it near the damaged area. So I just pulled blood flow to a low blood flow area. I did a little bit of IGF. Obviously, I've been like incrementing IGF along this entire recomposition at this heavy of a weight. So that, and just overall not pushing it too hard. I am going to train it pretty decently. You know, I'm going to warm up, see how it feels, and then maybe do some heavy sets for you guys to see that my strength is back, the physique is back. This is all about showcasing that I am coming back here, right? So I'm going to try and get the nastiest pump possible, and I will flex my pecs, put some torque on them. But if you're injured, right, you still want to keep blood moving to this area. You're not trying to be a hero, right? Sigma rule, don't always be a hero, right? You know, you're not trying to go and, oh, I'm fine. You are trying to push some blood in there. Just by leaving a rest and no blood, like there's not going to be much blood that comes there unless you're putting some blood in your pec. So I was trying to use the BPC 157 to recruit more blood flow there. And then like I was like lightly doing flies and stuff. I'm going to try and go full force. The reason why I'm doing back alongside this chest day is just if my tendon's saying no, right? I was switching to more back movements so you guys still get a full workout. But I am really going to try with the pec, and the way I healed it, just a little bit of BPC, and not like, oh, I'm not going to move my pec and I'm just going to freeze it up. Like I'm still trying to move some blood flow there. But overall, I'm not going in there like, oh, I'm fine again a week later, right? Slowly want to increment work through it.
You said you caught it too, right?
Yeah,
you like kind of caught it before it happened.
So I felt a pop, boom, immediately stopped, right? I wasn't like, oh, I'm going to push through it, right? Sigma roll, don't be a hero. Don't be a hero. This physique, even this fat, is an asset that you build, right? It's an asset, right? So if you're going to snap your shit up, over a 1 rep max deadlift where your form breaks down and you finish it out and you herniate a disc, or the time you guys watch me, oh, I front squat 315. I don't want to be a dick and drop it on the ground even though my back rolled at the very bottom. I decided to be a hero. Boom, I had to do stretching, rehabilitation for 2 days because I wanted to front squat 315 so I didn't have to drop it in the rack. Drop it in the rack, reset it. If I'm going to max out a machine and I feel a pop, I don't keep pushing. That could have ripped the whole pec off the bone, and I would have been done. So really, when I see kids push really hard, I remember that even when I was at my most tenacious in the gym, when I was a noble natty, all about, like, Austin, I'm going to get stronger than everyone on gear before I take gear. I was like that guy. I would still leave my ego at the door when I'm doing big deadlifts. I would still leave my ego at the door when I'm doing big squats, big benches. Listen to my body, because when I was a varsity athlete, right, man, I've gotten injuries. I've had my shoulder ripped out. I've snapped this whole hand up. Injuries aren't fun, and it's better to linearly progress than try and sprint forward, and then you're going to fall down. And like climbing up life's like climbing one of those Jacob ladders. Like if you fall, the ladder's moving down, right? You're moving down. You have to keep a pace, but you can't be sprinting. I'll see you in there.
inevitable. The fucking scarecrow walking on the tiptoes on your blood state would flow. You know, Mr. Typical, hearing the fucking voices through my window. But no worries, just like Chucky Cutthroat got a blade and a knife made like rice for the young Christ. Never even died. My brother just forsaken die. I'm still suicide until I die. It's a knife or a knife. Speaking of I see the reaper having a busy season. Won't even let me rest while I'm sleeping. It's getting harder to watch from the bleachers. The father of evil like an evil ruby, and I still jump over people. Xanax eating, close to lethal, cigarette breathing, junkie used to needles. So I grew up, I fuck up. Load the 9 up, my time's up. Yeah, so I grew up, I fuck up. Load the 9 up, fuck this shit.
Alright, as you can see, you know, despite me looking like I'm 5 pounds on the topic videos, that's probably the best posing footage I have on the new vlog channel. I'm very happy with that look around 245 pounds in all double XL Young LA. So I am on the way down. I am getting smaller, correct. So I touched 249 in the morning, back to 244, 245. And I'm probably not going to stop aggressively cutting, looking flat as fuck, until I'm around 225, 226, 227 in the morning. We're going to see how I look, and then it's go time, right? The physique is back, the strength is back, the volume is back. We have Austin making these great vlogs for you guys, and Andrew's holding it down with the topics. All the pieces of the puzzle are here, and I'm fucking moving. I'm moving, right? There's no more stalling. Everything's here. I'm going to meet with my coach in person. I'm like totally capable of suffering for this prep. I know people are like, oh, Russo never cuts. I was a ranked WPIL wrestler in the 145 pound weight class where I had to constantly make 145 pounds. I'm used to suffering and making weight. You know, I'm not going to do this prep unless I get everything I want out of it, aka the content, aka all the connections, everyone. It all comes together. There's no excuses at this point, but I am going in the right direction, and you can see based on the posing footage and the pics Austin took that it's coming back in line. I'll see you guys in my next video.